Hello, everyone, and welcome to another AP Chemistry virtual lesson. As you recall, from Monday, this is prep week for the 2020 AP exams. So again, just like the session on Monday, today is an opportunity to practice for the 2020 AP Chemistry exam. So you will complete 2 questions that are representative of the tasks that you will see on this year's exam within the time you'll be allotted on the actual exam. Please note that while these questions are designed to be similar in structure and format to what you will see on this year's AP Chemistry exam, they are not intended to represent the actual content. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the next screen here. Now, if you've joined us before on Monday and Tuesday, then you are aware of the fact that this address, which is also linked in the video description, is going to be where you find the questions. So we already did questions on Monday. So you want to click on Wednesday, and it should be a single file that contains both question 1 and question 2. I'm not going over the answers to the questions in today's session, but tomorrow I will go over the answers and talk about some common misconceptions and help you strengthen your understanding of these concepts. All right, so I am now going to assume that you have found the questions. If you haven't found them yet, feel free to pause the video if you want to simulate the timer experience. But I'm going to go ahead and click on the timer now. And when it gets down to 5 minutes, that would be the time to submit your answer on the actual exam. So today you don't have to submit anything to me, but I'm going to go ahead and start the timer, and then we'll talk about the different options for submitting your answer on exam day after that. All right, here we go. All right, well, as you can see on the timer, we're counting down to the 5-minute mark. I will explain the different options that you have for submitting answers on the day of the exam. And we'll talk about the different features associated with submission. So as this would be your sample question, it's okay if you didn't finish every single part of every question, but it just gives you a general guideline. So as you can see, the timer is now changing color, and I'm going to go ahead and go over the submission guidelines, and then we'll start the timer for sample question number 2. So you have several options. And again, you can practice this at cb.org/apdemo. So one option is to copy and paste a typed response and then click submit. Now, if you're including any kind of images, whether that's an equation editor or any other types of graphics, that's not going to work with copy and paste because the images won't paste into the window. So you'll be typing your response in another document. Make sure you have your AP ID and your initials at the top of the response. And then during the 5-minute submission period, you copy from one document and then paste into the response window on the browser. Okay, that's one option. Another option is that you're still going to be typing in a document, but then you'll save that document and attach that file to your submission. So you'll be typing your response. Now, there was a part we talked about on Monday about not including images. I'm going to make a comment on that in just a moment. But the format for this saved text document would be .doc, .docx, .pdf, .txt, .odt. So you still type your AP ID and initials at the top of the response. And then again, you're saving the document, and then you'll attach it and submit it. Now, here's a bit of new information. If you are handwriting your response and you have the ability to combine all of the photos of your handwritten responses for that particular question into a single PDF file, then you can do the following. You would click on the Attach Response button, and then you would select Attach Text File and find your PDF. So instead of attaching photos, if your handwritten work can be combined into a single PDF file, then you would be attaching that file using the Attach Text option. Of course, if you are attaching several photos, that's fine too. So for each photo that you take, it should be in the format .png, .jpg, .jpeg. You'll still have on a piece of paper your AP ID and initials, and you should number each page, so 1, 2, 3, etc. Write your response clearly with dark pen or pencil, and then again, take a photo in vertical orientation of each page. Make sure to attach all of your pages before you click submit. So again, you can have the phone. Now, do not log in on 2 separate devices. So you'd be logged in, let's say perhaps on a computer, and then if you're taking pictures with your phone, that's fine. You can then find a way to transfer those files to your computer. There's a variety of methods to do that, but you should not be logged on to 2 separate devices simultaneously. All right, remember that it's not only to attach or paste, but also click submit. And as I mentioned on Monday, if you don't click submit before the timer runs out, your response will not be counted. And you can choose different formats for question 1 and question 2, that's fine. Okay, so once you click submit for question 1, then that will just transfer in the background, and then you can move on to question 2. And at the end of the exam, don't close the browser or turn off your computer until you get that confirmation that your exam is complete. Now, again, for the purpose of practice this week, so you're not doing this on the actual day of the exam, you have the option of sending your responses to questions 1 and 2 to the following email address. So apchemistrypractice@gmail.com. Again, you're not going to get a grade for this, so I'm not necessarily going to reply back to all of the emails that I get. However, as I look through these sample student responses, like I did on Tuesday, I may choose to share some of these student responses anonymously as I am explaining the answers to questions 1 and 2 in the video lesson tomorrow. All right, well, let's move on to sample question 2. Now, again, if you already opened the document, it should be in the exact same document. Just keep scrolling down and you'll move from question 1 to question 2 within that same document. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer now. All right, so final seconds here, counting down. Again, once it gets to 5 minutes, you can hopefully be putting the finishing touches on your response to sample question 2. I will run through the submission guidelines just one more time, and then we'll close out here. So I'll wait for the timer to reach 5 minutes. All right, let's take a look at the submission process one more time here. Okay, again, you can practice this at cb.org/apdemo. So your options are to copy and paste from one document into the submission window and then click submit. You can attach a document that is .doc, .docx, .pdf, .txt, .odt. So save the document and then attach and submit. Again, as I mentioned, you can combine photos of your handwritten responses into a single PDF, and then you would be choosing the attached text file because all of that is now saved as a PDF. So if you're going to attach photos, then individual photos can be attached, and you can attach up to 5 of those photos, again, in the format of .png, .jpg, .jpeg. Again, for the purpose of practice, you can email, and I'll show you that email address. Remember that when you are on the day of the exam, you're going to be attaching or pasting and then clicking submit. Make sure you do that before the time runs out. So again, for the purpose of practice, not to get necessarily feedback or a grade, but simply so I can have a variety of student responses that I can choose to share and discuss in tomorrow's lesson when I go over the answers and explanations. You can send your responses to apchemistrypractice@gmail.com. The College Board has asked me to remind you that there are 5 things that you should do before your exam, and you can go to cb.org/AP2020 Get Ready. And besides trying the exam demo, you can complete the exam day checklist, confirm your email address, locate your e-ticket, and again, you'll be checking in 30 minutes early for the exam, for each exam that you're taking. I had posted this in a previous lesson this week, so I'll go ahead and put this up on the screen. A variety of websites that you can check out for practice and preparation for the AP exam. So be sure to come back tomorrow on Thursday to listen to answers and explanations to these practice questions. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.